Hey guys, I just wanted to send out a video to you to say hi, make sure you and your family are doing well. Talk a little bit about the current situation that we are in. I do not know anything yet different from the IHSA, other than we'll be shut down until at least April 3rd when we get back from spring break. So just wanted to reach out, make sure you guys are all healthy, make sure everything is going well for you and your family. I know that there's going to be some families who are going through some stressful times here with maybe losing jobs and stuff. And then obviously I want to help you try to get through this as best as you can, because I know navigating this for you can be kind of a challenging and difficult thing. So what I did was I put together just a little presentation for you. Um, one second here. All right. So, I was thinking back to last week a little bit, and I thought, like, hey, when we gathered around in a huddle at the end of Wednesday's practice, and I kind of said, I don't know where this is going. I don't know what's going to happen. We just found out about, the Big Ten tournaments and things closing down and canceling. And I kind of had a feeling as to where it was going, but I didn't know exactly what it was going to look like. So my hope is that I can help you kind of get through this mentally, emotionally here, and that you can make the most out of this time, because what you don't want to do is have 3 weeks where you're, not using your body, not using your brain, and then you've essentially lost these 3 weeks before we get back to school. And my full intention is to be back to school, hopefully, April 3rd, if possible, and then we can hopefully get back to our season. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. The more things I see from around the country, but I'm staying optimistic. I'm thinking we're going to be back. I'm planning on being back, and I'm planning on helping us in any way that we can. So, a couple things for you guys, tips for this shutdown. Number one, do your part. The CDC and the government has asked that you limit gatherings of any kind. I know that's really tough. Like, we've been in our house pretty much, with the exception of going to the grocery store once for the last, since Monday, and it's pretty tough. It's, you're trying to find extra things to do. I get it, but the way we get back to normal, the way we get back to maybe our season, is if we avoid doing those things and it doesn't spread around as much as we're hoping that it will not. In your head, kind of rationalize and understand the what and the why behind what's going on here. It is a really difficult thing, especially for seniors. I understand that, right? Like, our seniors right now, they don't know if they're going to have a senior baseball year. Some of you are going on to play college baseball. Some of you are not. And so, the possibility is that you have played your last game, and that's really, really tough thing to come to grips to. It could happen at any time, right? Like, when I played my last game, I didn't know it was my last game. I had been coming off of an injury. I tried to pitch a year. I intended on coming back that next year and starting my graduate work, but then I got a job and didn't end up using my final year of eligibility. And so, when I pitched my last game, when I played my last game in college, I had no idea that was my last game. And I think back, like, would I have done anything differently? I don't know, but you can use this as a way of looking at this in your whole life, that nothing is guaranteed to you, right? Like, we could have started, we could have played Tuesday. You could have got hurt on Tuesday and never played again, right? So you never know what the future holds for you. So I'm taking this, for me personally, and hopefully you guys can do the same, as a way of saying, okay, if nothing is guaranteed to me in the future, what do I need to do right now to try to maximize my present and then maximize my future as well? And it's a tough lesson to learn, especially this way, because at the very least, we're going to miss quite a bit of time in our season. Hopefully we can have some of our season remaining, but again, I don't know what that looks like. I don't have answers for you at this time. I do encourage you to set a schedule during this time. This is going to be the hardest thing for you, because what this can't be is like a super long extended spring break. Because those of you that are going to go into college, if you have this super long extended spring break, and maybe even gets extended longer, then you're starting to set habits that aren't good for yourself. So make sure you set a schedule. I have a sample one here that I'm going to give to you guys. Do change it however you want to, but I've got a few things in there I do highly recommend that you're doing during this time. And so I'll talk about those. But really, I think it's important not to just let the day become sleep till noon, stay up till 1 in the morning, all video games, all social media, stuff like that. I think it's important to set a schedule and stick to it. I've done that for me, I've done that for my daughter. Um, and because I'm essentially homeschooling her right now, and I think it's really going to be important for you guys as you get through this to have some sort of a schedule, whatever that looks like for you. I'll share one with you in just a few minutes here. What to do baseball wise? Here's the thing. It sounds kind of crazy. I don't really care. I want first and foremost you and your family to be safe and healthy. I do know that you need to stay off of our fields at school. Um, the whole the whole campus is shut down, so you cannot go to our fields. You cannot use our cages. You cannot go over there right now. So please do not do that. Some facilities are closing. They probably should be. Um, Whatever you do, if you're able to do it at your house, I think that's probably best, whether you're swinging, throwing, something like that at your house. I would not congregate in a large group. I would not do that. Again, the more we're able to be, um, by ourselves and with our families, the quicker we will get back to normal. If we don't do those things as a society, it's just going to take longer, and we're going to be in this situation for longer. So it's up to you what you do baseball wise. I would love it if you were able to swing some, throw some, exercise, stuff like that, but do not put yourself at risk to do those things. I just would not be doing that at this time. And then enjoy some time with your family. That is one thing that has been a positive for me. Hopefully you guys are finding that as well. Like, we played some board games the other night. We've done some movie nights and stuff like that. And the springtime is not a time when I normally get to do that. Usually I check out at our first practice, tell everyone I'll see you in June, and I'm back in June with them a little bit. And then after camps, I'm, back with them, from the end of June through July and August. But this is a time where you can actually get to spend some time with the family you have at home. So take advantage of that time. Suggest to them, let's do some things as a family. I think it can be a really beneficial time to grow those relationships in your family. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of that. Here's a sample schedule. I would say, there's a couple things here that I would highly recommend, and then you kind of can choose to do what you want through the rest of it. But so 8 a.m., I would say make sure you wake up before 8 a.m. I know the temptation is going to be there to sleep in a lot, but wake up before 8 a.m. if you can. Set your alarm 7:45. Get up, even if you were up late the night before. Get up early. What you don't want to do is to get in the habit of staying up through the middle of the night, sleeping till noon. Then all of a sudden school comes back and your body clock is completely out. We start school really early in the morning, so make sure that you are up at before 8 a.m. By 9 a.m., get your morning routine out of the way. Maybe include some exercise in there, whatever that looks like at your house. Through IPT, I've been sending out daily workouts. I know that most of the other PE teachers have as well. You can do those. You can do another workout at your house. I go for a run every morning, then come back and get my daughter and dog and wife, and go for a walk after that. If you're comfortable leaving the house and doing those things, I think that's good. Again, I would personally avoid gyms in areas where there's lots of people, lots of traffic. So we're eating breakfast. Make your bed. I'm going to include a video after this from a Navy SEAL. I'll put it in the group me as well, about making your bed, why that's important. And I'll have a couple videos about that as well. Sit down to do schoolwork at 9 a.m. Put your phone in a different room. Right now, I know that schoolwork doesn't look like much, maybe, but I think that is going to change at some point. I think if we're not coming back for a while, I think you're going to have a little bit more to do. So it's a good idea to get in the habit of sitting down at a time, getting your schoolwork done. Put your phone in a different room. That's another thing I absolutely would do. I'd wake up by 8. When you sit down to do schoolwork, put your phone in a different room. 11 o'clock, lunch and some free time. About back at noon, lunch, schoolwork. I'm sorry, after lunch, schoolwork, and then try to get everything done by 2 p.m. if you don't have any work to do there, this is a great time to learn about something you've always wanted to learn about. One of the things that I found as I've gotten older is that learning, it kind of sometimes stinks when other people are telling you what to learn, but when you're learning things that you're interested in, whatever your career field is, dig into that a little bit. I know you haven't gone to college yet, but dig into some of the things that are in your career field of your choice. If you're getting into marketing, go learn some things in marketing. If you want to get into, be an exercise scientist, go learn some things during this downtime. 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, somewhere in there, find out how you can help your family. Are they cleaning stuff out? Like, we're going to take this opportunity to clean some things out in our house, and my daughter's going to help us out with that, whatever she's able to do. How can you help your family during this time? I know there's going to be parents going through a tough time. There's going to be, siblings going through a tough time. Either you're just there for them, emotionally there for them in person, or can you physically help them in some way? Can you make dinner for a night? How can you help your family during this tough time? Because if we are going to be in our houses for a while, those relationships are going to have to be strong. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to be around each other. So help out your family some way, any way you can. 3 o'clock baseball time. Be safe. Go to your yard, swing, throw, run, jump. When you are, if you're going to be exercising during this time, realize that power is the first thing to leave. It's the last thing we add, right? First we add size, then we add strength, then we add power. It goes away in that order too. Power is the first thing to go away. So if you are going to be doing something exercise wise for baseball at your house, run, jump, move fast. If you have a medicine ball, throw that, swing and throw. Again, I highly recommend you stay around your house to do those things. You don't need to be going out. Don't congregate with a lot of people. Um, you're not allowed to go onto campus to do those things. But if you can do those things at your house, great, awesome. Even if it's just putting together a little bit of, some plyometrics, some jumps, some sprints, and some plyo push-ups, things like that. I think that would be great. Give you some exercise during the day, and then also would allow you to stay in shape if and when we do get back. And then, from then on, if you've gotten everything done for school that day, dinner and family time, 5 o'clock, I would try to get to bed. If you're waking up at 11, if you're waking up at 8 a.m., you probably should be in bed by 11 or midnight. If you start that pattern of staying up later and later, you're going to be sleeping in more and more. And when we get back to either school or real life, it's going to be harder for you to adjust to that. So really, that 8 a.m. wake up call at the very least, I think, is going to be huge for you. Other than that, I just want to say I'll keep you updated on anything that I hear. If you or your family need anything during this time, obviously I'm not leaving my house for really anything right now. But if you guys need anything, have any questions, anything like that, don't hesitate to ask me. You can always direct message me in the GroupMe app. Keep me up to date on what's going on. So I hope that you and your family stay safe during this time. As I get more updates, I will certainly update you. Check out the Making Your Bed video down below, as well as I'm going to put then this Navy SEALs whole commencement speech in that gives you a little bit broader view of some of the things and how we can kind of go together here to get through this tough time. So hopefully we are back at this in a couple weeks. Hope to see you all soon, and be safe.